Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to a new video. I don't really know what I'm gonna talk about in this video. Be it, what am I gonna talk about in this video? I actually really don't know. I have no much idea. Maybe I can talk about my trip in DRC. Kind of funny because, to be honest, it was not the most pleasant experience. In terms of the environment as well, I'm pretty much used to staying here, working here, and doing everything that I do in South Africa. The environment in Congo is pretty family wise is good. I mean the environment, people are really awesome, soft, and I mean amazing people. Soft in terms of like personality wise. It's not the bullshit we have uh, here in South Africa. If I have to put it in that way, there is no crime. You can walk around anytime. I mean, uh, I can come back from anywhere I come at this time of the night, and uh, be it there is curfew, like now there is curfew because of COVID, doesn't really make much sense either because people don't really social distance there. But there is no much COVID case either. But still, there is COVID. If there is COVID for real, I lost someone close to me uh, there when I was there. Uh, but my trip was amazing. I went to Congo for my brother's wedding. I did some of the photos for him and the video as well. I still have to work on those. Uh, but I think I'll be done. I'll be done maybe next week. I'm gonna try to push them because I want to get him out of my pipeline. But I was not there for so many days. But I did enjoy being home because I haven't been there since 2016, and I think I'll go again next year. I think it's just a thought. I got a camera from Fuji, borrowed me a camera. I used this as well there for the wedding. It was really good. I enjoy this relationship that I've built with Fuji, and I hope it develops even further because I'm definitely joining the brand. But if there is one thing that I want to say about African countries in relation to DRC is we all know that African politicians are they don't care about the population. They don't care about what people how people live and the situation the population is in or anything like that. They really don't care about that much because I could see it when I was back home. I could see the suffering onto people, how people suffer to get bread every day, how people beg for, I mean, for small things. How there is no effort in the infrastructure, in developing, in the geo-economic situation of the country, and how we are just being used by Western countries so far. And that is also one thing that's very important. That when Western countries being used of euros and the dollars and stuff, it's very hard to resist and it's very hard to say no to that. At some point, you can blame those who are in power, but when you look at it on the flip side as well, you don't blame them because they're coming out of a reality where they want to make the most of it. And if you don't dance like the other one that have been there before you, they're gonna be chopped off, and you might lose all those benefits of getting into power. So a lot of people do politics for their own interest, and because they know that times are very limited, because they know that they're on hourglass. As soon as the sun goes down, uh, they are they are gone. They'll be forgotten. That's why there's a cycle of politics in Africa that I think will never really end or change, and it's really bad. It's really sad for the population. Those who are making it means there is no rules in DRC. To be honest, there is nothing that will really say. Uh, I mean, there is just no rules. To be honest, I haven't lived through so much anarchy in such a short period of my time as much as I was in Congo. I mean, the power that talks. I mean, how much money you have in your pockets talks, and who you know also is very important. It's sad. I mean, there's this other video of this counselor at the presidency of the country who was in the US with his wife, flaunting dollars, so many dollars. I mean, that's a lot of money, close to $5,000 or so, or even more, maybe 10K for a I mean, it, it was just a revolting at some point. And the fear is that if you want to get involved into politics, especially in Africa, you need to have so much backing and so much power that even if you are popular with the people and even if you have good ideas and stuff, it's very hard to install change or to incite a certain type of change because you might get killed or you're probably going to get killed. I mean, even if you put the interest of the people at heart and you say that there are things that we need to do for the people, those are not going to be followed. Those are not going to be, you're going to be fought against because of the idea that you have. I think one thing that can work for our countries to develop, or for African countries to develop, is to seclude the country a little bit, like China did. China secluded the country for a few years, and then as soon as they opened borders, they became one of those most powerful countries. I'm not saying that the politics in China is the best, be far from it. I mean, we all know how China silences political opponents or anything like that. But if we want to develop our countries, I really don't know. It's very tricky. I mean, we don't have control over a lot of things, a lot of our resources, a lot of our minerals, a lot of our our wealth. So it's a very tricky situation to be an African, especially to be an African who sees the difference and who sees the potential of a country and how far we can go. It's very hard to see people suffering. I mean, I really hate people suffering. I hate seeing people begging for money where we know we can change people's life. You know, it's true that we can't change everybody's life, but we can do our best to make people's life better. And it's even sad, or even the saddest of all is to see that politicians only have their own interest, and they make sure that they cling to power through illegal means. I mean, changing the constitution and doing this and that. I'm not calling out any name. I'm not saying this politician or this other one, he's a problem. I don't want to make my YouTube channel a political channel at all, but I think the fluency with which I speak about these matters shows how much important these matters to me. It's sad. I mean, it's really sad. It's unacceptable at some point that we see the countries with so much politics, with so much potential. Bring good idea, bring development, bring actions. That's all someone can do. Good idea, development, actions. Just tell the people that I'm going to do this. When you get there, you do that. But a lot of politicians in Africa are on their own. That's why they have to faction sometimes with people who don't not necessarily see the same way with them. That's how they have to stay in power. They have to do things that are debatable, and because they want to cover their backs. I mean, who wouldn't want to cover his back? How patriotic are you until which point you want to give your life for your idea, for your ideology, for people have? Money is tempting, and generally that's what changes the mind, because they get tempted by how much they put on the table and they tell them, if you keep quiet or if you do this for us, we'll cover you, we'll scratch your back. There is a few $1,000s for you. Those amount of money that can change your life. This is a small reflection that I had back home, because people are suffering in DRC, to be honest. People are suffering in Africa because if generally that's the reality that's just the same in other non-developed African countries. Because politicians steal and don't want people's life to change, and they don't want to be gotten out of power. They don't want to be kicked out of power, and there's very few means to kick out those people from power. Let's hope that things are going to change. Let's hope that some other people who have new ideology will implement better idea and will make sure that people's life are prioritized, people's well-being are prioritized. Be it DRC is a very beautiful country. I love my country. I'm not gonna say anything bad about it, but the reality is pretty sad. The development is pretty far as well. So this was my small reflection about the state of African countries, and especially the one I came from, DRC. Let's pray God, cross our fingers that things are gonna change for the best. Sometimes sooner or later, with hopes. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.